Hey everyone, this is Mr. Uminsky, and this is a course introduction to RSTO 2301, Principles of Food and Beverage Cost Control. So this video is actually going to cover three different sections of this class, and we'll talk about when those different sections meet. A little bit of background for those of you who've not had me in class. My connection with St. Philip's College, I was a culinary arts student in 2000 and 2001. I chopped the tip of my thumb off in basic skills class and zested my middle finger. I realized that culinary really wasn't the world for me back then. So I took 1 year off of school, turned into 7 years, finally came back. I switched all my credits from culinary to hotel management, finished that in 2009. Then I also worked on and completed the associate's degree in hospitality event management in 2011. And then I've actually been a full-time professor here at St. Philip's College since January of 2015. A little bit about my academic experience. Again, my 2 degrees here from St. Philip's College. After that, I went on to get a Bachelor's of Applied Arts and Science, a BAS degree from Texas A&M University, San Antonio, with just a general business focus. Finished that in 2014. Is actually what inspired me to become a teacher in January of 2015. After I started becoming a teacher, then it was highly encouraged to get a master's degree. I resisted as long as I could until I finally gave in and did a master's degree from University of North Texas in hospitality management. Finished that in 2020. Um, and then most recently in January or June of 2023, I started my doctoral program. It's an educational doctorate degree, so an ED in organizational leadership with a focus in higher education leadership. And I expect to complete that in June of 2026. A little bit of my industry experience, and I'll be referring to a lot of these jobs throughout my time in class as I'm teaching. Chester's Hamburgers, I worked all through high school, even a little bit after. I was on the opening team of a TGI Fridays as a server. I was also a trainer at one point. Worked there for about a year. I also was on the opening team of Cheesecake Factory at North Star Mall. Kind of crazy to think that that store has been open for 22 years now. I was a server, designated trainer, baker, and cashier. On the event side, my event experience, I worked at Philmont Boy Scout Ranch in New Mexico. I was the director of the spouses program. As an intern or a practicum student here at St. Philip's, I worked at Rio Cibolo Ranch. I did corporate events for about 3 years and then weddings for about a year before I went to Adventures in San Antonio. It's a destination management company that primarily works with convention and groups that are here for conferences. And so I planned dinner events. I did, coordinated hotels, transportation to and from the airport, those kinds of things for conferences. My other experience that I do rely heavily on for this class is the Acadia Institute of Oceanography. In 2007, I was the assistant cook, went up there to Maine in Acadia National Park. And then in 2008 and 9, 15, 16, 17, and 18, so 6 more years, I went back up as the head cook. And I prepared breakfast and dinner for about 50 to 60 people a day. It was great. Got to plan my own menus, order all my own food, prepare everything, keep track of my budget. A lot of concepts that we utilize and talk about in this class. So this class, RSTO 2301, is a second level course in all 5 THCA degree programs. So it's really cool because the concepts that, although we're going to focus on food and beverage, you can also take these concepts and apply them in hotels, attractions, or even in event planning. We have 5 overall objectives that we're going to be working on. These are the high level objectives that we're going to be working on throughout the semester. Of course, each chapter is going to tie back to one of these things. We have a 16-week semester. If you are in section 1, that means we meet on Tuesday and Thursday from 2 p.m. to 3:15. Section 2, we meet Wednesday night, just 1 day a week from 6:45 to 9:30. And then section 5 meets Monday and Wednesday for also from 2 o'clock to 3:15. The reason why I want to share all of this with you is because if by chance you do miss a class, if you're able to come to a different class that week, let's say you're in section 5 and you know you're going to miss Monday because of that doctor's appointment. If you can come to Tuesday at 2 o'clock, then I can update your attendance record and give you credit. So as long as we're covering the same materials of the things that you missed. So each week there are videos that lead up to coming to class. It's important that you watch those. There's anywhere from 2 to 3 videos per chapter. And so it's important that you watch those videos. I may repeat some information in the lecture live in class, but it kind of, if you've already heard the material, then it kind of helps it sink in a little bit better when we're in class. And then when we do an activity, that the concepts are already in your head. So I don't have to spend a whole lot of time in class rehashing it. We can go right into the activity. Please be aware of all of the deadlines, which we'll talk about in just a few moments. All late work is going to receive a 30% deduction. So I want you to get full credit for your work. One thing that I'm really excited about this class, I literally just found out about two hours ago from making this video, is we are going to pilot a new course format for the THCA department. When you pilot something, I'm going to look at the second definition right here. We're testing it before it is introduced in a more widely format. Okay, so our class is going to be the first class to use this high flex course format. Essentially, what that means is you're going to have 2 opportunities to attend class. Now, this is a synchronous class, which means synchronous is, sorry, I had to spell that out. Synchronous means it happens at the same time, okay? If we had an A right here, asynchronous means that I'm teaching and you're learning at a different time. So think about those videos that I've already recorded. I've already recorded them and you're learning at a different time. That is asynchronous learning. Our class is synchronous, which means you have the option to attend face-to-face, or you can log in on Zoom. Again, it's synchronous. So if our class starts at 2 o'clock, you should be logged into Zoom at 2 o'clock, okay? If you are not logged into Zoom and you are not face-to-face, you will be counted absent. And attendance is part of your overall semester grade. So it's really important that you attend class, whether it's face-to-face or on Zoom. This is a trial run to see kind of how this goes. So I'm looking forward to experiencing this with all of you as we go through this semester. So our grading structure is here on the screen. Assignments 20%, our semester project recipes are 20%, your semester project itself, how you compile all the information, that's worth 10%. Your exams are 30, attendance 5, QEP is 5, and your final exam is 10%. The one thing that I really want to point out to you is that your semester project, we have 2 components: the recipes that you're calculating and the semester project itself. If we add those 2 together, that equals 30%. That means that if you don't do the semester project, then you think, oh, I'm just not going to worry about doing that. I'm going to do everything else. You have to be perfect on everything else to get a 70 for the semester. So don't risk it. The semester project is also preparing you for your careers in food service, but it also is preparing you for future classes that you're going to take here at St. Philip's. So it's really important not to blow off that project. Some tools for success: schedule and develop some time management. For those of you who've had me in class, you know that I'm a pretty busy person. I would not be as successful as managing my schedule if I did not have my phone with me. Everything is in my phone, all my calendars, and that helps me kind of manage my time and know what I need to do. Most assignments are due at 8 a.m. on the first day of the class for the week. Okay, so in section 1, that means 8 a.m. on Tuesday. Section 2, 8 a.m. on Wednesday. Section 3, 8 a.m. on Monday. The reason why I do that is because as you saw previously, I've been in school for a long time and I've taken a lot of online classes. And I always thought it was odd that all assignments are due at 11:59 p.m. And so what I decided is I am not up at 11:59 p.m. waiting to grade your paper. And so if I'm sound asleep and you need a couple extra hours to do the homework and not be counted late, then why not give it to you? So I have created the due date and the due time of all my assignments at 8 a.m. There are a few that may not be on that Tuesday, Wednesday, or Monday, but the due date and the time is always going to be 8 a.m. Okay. Please make sure you use Microsoft Office. It is provided through ACES for free for everyone. If you need help accessing it, please let me know. You will need that for Word and Excel to complete the project. Lastly, your textbook. Please make sure you get your textbook. You've already paid for it with your tuition. All you need to do is order it from the bookstore and go and pick it up. Okay. Your textbook will come with a Scantron that looks like this, and you will need that for the final exam at the end of the semester. Okay. If you do decide to work ahead, that is totally fine. However, um, if you do work ahead, just know that I like to be in the same frame of mind when I'm grading everybody's homework. So if you work 2 weeks ahead, it may be 2 weeks before I actually get to grade your homework. So just keep that in mind. Best way to contact me is through my email. All emails work related go to my phone. And so that is the best way. You can message me through Canvas, and that also will go to my phone in the form of an email. My phone number is here to my office. I will have virtual office hours. That will be in Canvas in the first module. So you'll be able to see that, and I'll point it out in the first day of class as well. Those hours are going to vary from semester to semester. So as soon as I get those finalized, I will post them. I will be physically in my office, or I will be on Zoom. Not or, sorry, and I will be on Zoom. Those 2 hours a day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, are times that I'm available and I set aside specifically to answer questions that you have. So it's really important that if you have questions to log into my office hours so I can help you out. I am really looking forward to this semester. This RSTO 2301 class truly is one of my favorite classes to teach because it deals with math and I love math. So I hope you love it as much as I do by the end of the semester.